Tina, hey, we just worked today at Atomic. It's Thursday, May 22nd, right? We're like 2 weeks from J&J Arama, and we've got a really good goal. We want to go ahead and be one of the few novice leaders to take that top 5 and take an egg at Easter with Bryn next year. So that's a really good goal to have. So we divvied up the private, half-half, leader, follower. Leader things I'm already going to go ahead and talk about. We got a few. Think about your 4, not engaging towards your follow, but engaging towards the side. So if I was to do my sugar push, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not 3 and 4 going towards my follow. Underarm turn, 2, 3, and 4. Down the line of dance, not down towards my follow, or my left side pass. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, stepping straight ahead of me to the triple 5 and 6. Underarm turn, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. A little note for that underarm turn and any turns overhead. Think about raising on releve. It's going to give you a couple more inches of height and clearance, so you can go ahead and you can make some bigger movements on some of those over the head kind of turns and stuff, and that's easier for yourself and for your follow. But back to it. Think about going ahead and striking to the side on 4. We notice that we go ahead and we post a lot sooner and we establish that connection quicker than we would on 4. Additionally, we sometimes had some issues where we like to travel 5 and 6 towards the follow on 4, especially on like free spins. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Realistically, your follow is not moving that fast, so we thought about 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hey, 5 and 6. Maybe take a little bit of adjustment if it's needed. That was a big thing that we went ahead and we talked about. Then we talked about that close position, right? Our right hand is our dominant hand in close position, not the left hand, and I'm able to go ahead and lead and move my follow with that right hand. So we have this awesome pattern that you like to do from a whip. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, where you like to send back, but the issue is that your hand was beating your follower, so this hand's my follower's back, this is my right hand. You were letting this gap happen instead of letting your follower's back sit into your right hand and letting it drift through until we were ready to go. That was a big thing on all of our close positions, so that's something to really kind of think of and take care of. Now, this is kind of trickled into both our lead and follower segment on playing with different degrees of connection, right? So I like to think about that scale, right? Scale of 1 to 10. 10, we're taking multiple steps back. 1, I'm able to be by myself and I'm not like dependent on my follower and their connection or my leader and their connection, right? So that 1, 2, 3, if I let go, nothing happens. That 4, 5, 6, I might have some reverberation through the legs. That 7, 8, I might have to take a step back. 9, 10, I'm going through the door, right? That's how much leverage I've got. Thinking about the difference between, don't always be at a 2, don't always be at an 8, find your 5, and that 8 and going in, increasing towards that 8 or lowering towards that 2 can actually have some different outcomes that happen in our patterns, right? Where as a leader, if I want to go ahead and I want to be very, say, weighted, I'm asking for power, I'm asking for some zip, for some snap. But if I want to go ahead and let this hand kind of float, go to that 2, as we did in like the sugar roll, I'm giving my follow the option of like timing, space, and play so they can create something. And that's something that I had to go ahead and do. And while when I still do these lighter connections, I'm still offering a direction. I'm not just here, figure it out. Or on like a rainbow, I'm not just here, figure it out. I'm still offering something, but I'm changing the rate of it. Excuse me. That then brings us into my follower role. As a follower, this is the same thing. I don't want to always be weighted at that 8 or at that 2. I want to find my 5. And that's the biggest thing, right? Find your 5 and your connection right now is something that you should really think about. And that's where you're going to maintain for the majority until 1, you want to go more weighted, that 7, 8, to like influence something that you want power, or you want to go ahead and lighten up a little bit. 2, 3, asking your leader that you want time, you want space, you want some leverage to go ahead and play with. What happens if our leader's not looking at us? Remember, we can always make eye contact. We can find a second connection point. But sometimes our leader may not look at us, and that's okay for the circumstance, right? You can control yourself, and you can control what you do, how you do it, and really push yourself and make sure that you're dancing your dance and how it is. Other things we noticed, right? We talked about, obviously, the connection, allowing yourself to adjust and play. If you're wanting a heavier connection, right? You're wanting more leverage, right? You're wanting some more power. A lighter connection, you're wanting to play more, you're wanting some more space. Talked about things like that, especially the overheads. Now, some of our overhead examples, right? When we do this whole rainbow, you love to prep yourself into a one-footed. Great, I love it. Not every leader can do a one-footed, so maybe go ahead and keep it more in your back pocket or use it not every single time they do that in a shadow. Think about maybe going ahead and doing just a rotation, compressing to the leader's right side. Think about going right here, doing some cool footwork from your favorite line dance, and then going and squaring back up with your leader, right? It doesn't always have to be a prep to a one-footed. Even though it's a really great trick, keep it for your sleeve for that little spotlight. The last thing that we talked about is you have a tendency for 5 and 6, 7 and 8, or sometimes longer patterns to come and triple towards me on your anchor instead of maintaining your own space. So we did this awesome send out, right? You were right here, and the first thing you did the 7 and 8. You tripled towards me. If I sent you here, underneath ourselves, 7 and 8 until we're asked to go again. And that was a big thing. That's something to focus on, kind of think about, right? Practice it a little bit, find your 5. And the biggest thing is that you got all these skills and you have all the skills to do this. So it just takes a little bit of practice, but I've got no doubt that you can do it. So great job, Tina. Awesome.